time. Just right before we get into game here, we got ourselves grand finals coming up. And, well, we got somebody in chat, good old Insomaniac here. He wants himself a yeehaw, baby. Yeah. That's from me to you there, right there, my friends. Now let's go ahead and get ourselves into the game. Game number 1. We're going into Submarine. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner. It is none other than our blue Zerg player representing QLASH. He is Reynor. And his opponent in the lower right-hand corner, this is who the yeehaw was really for. Representing TING, it's Neeb. Good old Neeb. Can I get some yeehaws in chat for Neeb, please? Thank y'all so kindly. All right, I think that's enough of that. Reynor, starting out with a cheeky pool first build here. Now, these have been very popular against Protoss lately. I think it's just a good, like, sorry, distracted by something. It's a good way to set tempo for the game, to get your lings out early. Put some pressure on Neeb. Neeb scouted this. He's not really responding at all to it, though. Looks like he's going to be able to get his Adept out in time. These aren't super early lings, so I feel like Neeb should be pretty comfortable against this. Protoss players have gotten very good against this recently, the early lings. Gateway taking some shots, but it looks like the Adept is enough to ward the lings away. Yeah, it's kind of just a fun, like, tempo shift to go for early ling play. But it feels like Neeb wasn't, feels like Neeb's tempo wasn't shifted that much. You know what I mean? He's going for a Stargate. He does have 2 gateways down front, much earlier than he normally would. Reynor's got speed on the way. Ooh, Adept gonna go for the kill on that creep tumor. Gets it. Adept's pretty good at killing creep tumors these days. That's very annoying for Reynor. Void Ray first for Neeb. Now, of course, if we talk about the popular meta in this matchup lately, it's been very Void Ray focused. What's funny is it's not even always about building a lot of Void Rays. It's just focused on Void Rays. So we've got the Void Ray first here out of Neeb. We'll keep an eye on if he wants to go for more Void Rays, maybe a second Stargate. That's been kind of the way. But there are a number of builds that involve just a single Void Ray as well. Ways to play. The Oracle after the Void Ray is very common. Oracles are really good against lings, so it's actually really important to have that good anti-ling power to keep your third base alive. And there's that second Stargate for Neeb, so not too surprising. Gonna get the Void Ray, gonna get the Oracle. Sends the Oracle across the map to see what's up. There's not much up. Reynor's droning. He's getting some Spore Crawlers. He's got another Queen popping out. I assume he's gonna know pretty much exactly what he's up against. The only other thing it could be right now is potentially some like Glaives build behind this, but at this point, I feel like he would probably have seen another couple of Adepts or something, and I mean, Reynor's just not seeing that, so he's not worried about that at all. He does have a Roach Warren on the way, but with the lair, I'm wondering if it's actually going to be Roaches at all. He's just building that for posterity, and just in case he needs a couple Roaches to hang with his Hydras. He could go for a Roach Queen push. Now, the thing is his creep spread's gone pretty far through the middle of the map. He could try to walk his queens across the map, but with only 5 queens out and soon to be 5 Void Rays, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of walking queens across the map. Oracle's around, checking things out. Ooh, taking a lot of damage though. A lot of pepper from these queens. Might make the Oracle a little salty, you know what I mean? Taking so much pepper. Forge Twilight Council coming up for Neeb now. So the next step of this is, of course, to get into charge lots and ideally Storm. Those are going to be very important against what is usually a Hydra-focused response. Ooh, Neeb getting a little bit too brave with those Void Rays. Taking some damage on them. Still got more Voids on the way. We do have a lot of Roaches coming out now for Reynor. So it does feel like maybe Reynor wants to move across the map. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this. He's got 8 queens out. And there are 6 Void Rays. Still 2 at a time being made. With shield batteries. I don't know if I'm a huge fan, to be honest with you. Oh my god, dude, the queen's way too far out. There's, I think, 5 queens on their own. The other 3 come up, but just a little too late. And while a few Void Rays get taken down, Neeb absolutely wins that fight. And now he's going to pull back this. Okay, that's not a good pullback. Ooh. Avoids the Biles. The Roaches and Ravagers are like, fine, we're going to go. But they don't do that. They don't go. Couple Ravagers getting picked off here. More queens joining up. 4 Voids out here. More Voids being made, actually coming in to join with this army. I kind of like this from Reynor, actually. He's like, you can go fight those queens with your Void Rays, but I'm just going to come down here with my Roach Ravager. Super Shield Battery turns on to try to get that Prism out, but he actually doesn't save that. Super Shield Battery or not, the Biles take it down. Biles take down that battery as well, but the Void Rays all come back to play. And there's just enough ground army here from Neeb where he pushes Reynor back. Loses that Robo, but he's replacing it down in the lower left here. Neeb's still holding on for now. Reynor's got a lot of stuff. Is it the right stuff, though? Void Rays taking a good fight out here. A little bit away from the queens, but one of them falls to the Biles. Neeb trying to wait until these shield batteries get up. The Biles continuing to zone all of these units out of their positions, making it so tough for Reynor to actually fight against this. God, this is so much tough for Reynor. I think I said the wrong name earlier, but oh, the Biles connecting with a couple of these Void Rays, and Neeb taps out Reynor. It's going to take game number 1 there, despite what I thought was a really good start to the fight for Neeb, trading out with those queens before the battle even began, but Reynor just kept on making queens and sending them directly across the map. He had so much Roach Ravager that Neeb's ground army couldn't really stand up to it, and the Biles continuing to force Neeb to reposition, so those Void Rays were never consistently shooting, and able to take down buildings very quickly. Just really nicely done by Reynor. That's a tough one for Neeb to hold. sun is still hanging out here, guys. Still doing it all day. It's just there's literally a gap this big on the top of my window, and the sun is just coming in from right then. Hit the camera, was gone for a little bit, and it came back just in time to hit me right in the face. It's really incredible. Fortunately, it doesn't like hurt my eyes. It's not actually a problem. It's just, it makes my lighting look like absolute crap. So we'll have to fix that in the future. Shouldn't be much of a problem. Need to get some cardboard or something. All right, we're loading into game number 2 here. Romanticide. Reynor showing some really strong counterplay to the standard PvZ build. But that was the smallest map in the pool. Going to be the easiest one to kind of overrun like that. And I think Romanticide is probably the best map for Protoss in those kind of long macro games. Or I guess in like long macro builds like that, like a 3 base build, he's going to be a lot stronger here for Protoss than on Submarine. But let's hop in to game number 2. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Romanticide. A very fitting map for Valentine's Day. This was yesterday, but well, it's close enough. It is QLASH's Reynor. And his opponent in the upper left, representing TING. We've got Neeb. Kind of a fun one. Neeb waking up a little bit early today. Not super early, but a little bit early. Get himself going. Playing in the European Open Cup. Neeb gonna block that hatchery down for Reynor, so Reynor will have to take the third. Actually, not very difficult on this map. Like this, of any map, I think for Reynor to have to take this as his second base, this one's probably the best one. But that means no early pulls, so no cheeky lings heading across the map. Maybe Reynor feeling like Neeb defended that well enough last game. And he's just gonna take his base. There you go, easy peasy. Gonna be a little bit of chill time here. Now Neeb, I feel like of all people, is gonna feel very comfortable with this new kind of PvZ style of the macro Void Ray opening. That's like something that Neeb would have done anyways before Void Rays were this good. He's always been a big fan of long macro games, lots of Sky Toss. I mean, who could forget the Fist of Neeb? It's unforgettable. I've seen a lot of very long PvZs on this map. Something about this map, it always feels like it allows for those long Protoss vs Zerg games. I think part of it is how difficult it is to attack through the center of the map. I don't talk about map design all that much these days. We've had this map pool for a long time, but it's still worth pointing out. Obviously, there's rocks here. There's vision blockers. It just makes it a lot more difficult to do a straight across the map push like we saw in that last game. Submarine, you can just walk straight across. There's almost nothing stopping you from walking from your natural to their third. And that's just not the case here. We see on this map a lot more often these bottom side attack routes used to get up into a third base. You know, I mean, it's flipped, so it's kind of the same thing. But we see these two attack routes, and even maybe up to this high ground, used a lot more than we see the center. This is almost like a no man's land until you get into late game, or if these rocks get cleared, then things get a little bit easier. But even then, Now we've got the same opening for Neeb. It is very possible to go Void Ray Oracle and then into like a Glaives build. That's something I think, I want to say Stats kind of popularized, but I've seen a lot of players use similar builds. I don't really expect that from Neeb right here. I would honestly expect Neeb to play very, very standard. Again, we have Katowice coming up in a few days. Are Neeb and Reynor going to really want to show anything crazy? Like, that was a really nice build from Reynor. That, to me, felt like your standard everyday, you're going for this Void Ray build. I'm going to make a bunch of Roach Ravager Queen and walk them across the map. It's a short map. Nothing revolutionary there. It's just really nice play from Reynor. And of anybody, I think, that would just not mind playing standard, we saw Hero Marine do it earlier, Neeb and Reynor. These guys, very comfortable just playing nothing cutting edge in terms of play styles. It's funny because Void Rays literally go brrr, brrr, when they attack. They do. That's true. The Void Rays do be going brrr. And as such, we are seeing double Void Ray from Neeb once again. Again, though, this is not a good map for what Reynor did last game. That was great on Submarine. There's a few maps that would probably be pretty good at. I think Light Shade would be, like, okay. Jagannatha is a little bit long, it feels like, but not bad. But, like, Submarine is by far the best map in the pool for that response. Reynor's going to drop the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren as his lair is finishing up. And we'll see exactly what his response is going to be. It's +1 melee. Oh my. Well, that's actually really interesting. So +1 melee is not really what I expected. Now, back at home, Neeb is getting into a much quicker +1 in charge than last game. He's got 4 Void Rays out. It looks like he's actually going to stop there, just building the 4. I'm still intrigued by the +1 melee. And straight to Spire for Reynor. Okay. Well, the Void Ray is going to fly over here. They've been spotted. So I don't think Neeb's really going to get anything done with them. I'm going to try to hit the main base. There's actually not much in the main. Okay, there the queens come. They're waddling up. Oh, this is not good. Oh, no, dude. All right, Neeb gets out of there, but not really the way he wanted that to go. Plenty of queens here for defense for Reynor. Lots of gateways for Neeb as that Templar Archives is on the way as well. Looks like he wants to go for a 4th base. Taking even more damage on this Void. Poor little guy. But this Spire is about to finish, and Neeb has no idea about that Spire. 15 mutas on the way. 15 mutas just immediately starting up. And charge and +1, not going to be so hot against that. There are 6 Void Rays, 2 sentries. That's what shoots up here. There's not even any cannons around. In fact, okay, he does have a forge, but this is going to be a real problem for Neeb. If Neeb had scouted this at any point, he'd be making Phoenixes right now. He'd probably have a couple Archons, a couple of cannons going up. Oh my god, dude. It's just, this is going to be really bad. This is beautiful play from Reynor, but the big ticket here is that he wasn't scouted. The tag goes down on the mutas. He says, I see the mutas. Reynor's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Great question. Reynor's going for the counterattack. Neeb's going for the counterattack. This Void Ray's in the natural. They're going to kill 1 muta. They're going to kill 1 muta. At the same time, big counterattack here for Neeb. Hydras and Roaches on the way. Lots of Lings with +1 melee done. Tons of Queens on this high ground. Just buying infinity time for the Roaches and Hydras to come out. I feel like Reynor's going to be fine back at home. He is going to lose a lot of Queens. But look at how many probes have gone down. Neeb needs to get comparable damage to that. 91 drones here for Reynor. He needs to kill like 40 to be even close. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I feel like Reynor will eventually be able to clean this up. We are seeing some drones go down. The natural is under assault. Mutas are going to come back, try to clean this up. A lot of the Mutas died during this, though. 10 drones have fallen. Reynor's still on a cheeky 80. So, pretty good. Roaches and Ravagers on the high ground here. Yeah, Mutas fighting an Archon. Archon's going to get a couple kills here. I don't know. This is actually getting a lot more damage done than I expected. Neeb is continuing to push. He's got Stalkers coming up now to join. And Reynor's kind of stuck in his base with this Roach Ravager. The Mutas pretty much all dead at this point. The Stalkers are going to clean up the last few. This third base is, I want to say, under assault, but it's pretty much dead. Oh my god, this Archon with the drone line. The Archon in the drone line. Oh, he lifts it up. Okay, a lot of drones didn't go down there. I'm kind of sad to say, but Reynor, despite having 77 workers, just doesn't have an actual economy. He's not actually mining right now. He's losing a lot. The army supply is slightly in his favor, but a lot of that's just in production here. The Biles on the Prism, not going to take it down. Has Neeb done it? Did Neeb somehow win with this counter push? I thought for sure Reynor had enough to hold with like 12 queens on top of the ramp and a bunch of roaches on the way. But Neeb pushes through, kills all the Mutas on the other side of the field. He's kept the worker count even, and Reynor taps out. Neeb with the counter attack to those Mutas wins the game, despite being down 40 workers at one point. And then that'll tie us up 1-1 in this grand finals. Hot damn. Much love, Key Gamer. Good luck at work, my friend. Good luck. I don't know what's going on with his hair today, guys. We started out with a bit of a rough hair day. It hasn't improved. The sun's almost gone, though. Did kind of just look at it again. It's like just a little bit more that way. By the time we get to the NA1, we'll be good. I am casting North America StarCraft today. Gonna take a break in between, as you do. Oxide is going to be our third map. Very interesting so far. I do kind of love the Muta response. I mean, the Muta response worked perfectly. It's just that there weren't enough roaches behind it. I don't think Reynor was expecting the immediate send everything across the map response. And actually, it's a little scary. Like, there's a reason we don't see the Muta response all that often. It's because you're against double Stargate. So if the Mutas had gone back to clean up that army that was walking across the map, help the queens, you know, that would have given Neeb plenty of time to get out for 6 Phoenixes. And that's game-ending Phoenixes. Mutas just can't stand with that. They can't hang with it. But let's hop into game number 3 here. Focus on what's going on in this one. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner. It is QLASH's Reynor. And, of course, his opponent in the lower left, representing TING. It is Neeb. Neeb once again blocking the hatch here. It's a little more impactful on this map than it was on Romanticide. But still, nothing crazy. Just how it be. I think most Zerg players are pretty familiar and comfortable with this now. This feels really weird. It feels like a texture issue. Like this sand is like under this plate for some reason. And like partially under this one. I wonder if there's like a couple overlapping things of sand here. And one of them is under this plate and the other one's over it. But it looks like this sand continues. You know what I mean? Feels like this should be crossing over these two. Let's check this side. This side of the sand is different. Maybe it changes? I don't know. I've never looked at the tiles this like closely before. But this feels wrong. Like something about this just feels incorrect. Well, I guess not. Look, it's the same over here. I guess maybe it's like the tiles, I don't know. This is a new tile. That's what happened here. Doesn't matter. The creep's going to spread over top of it anyways. Look at that creep go, baby. Stargate again from Neeb. Are we going to see the same build every single game in this match? I wouldn't be sad about it. I feel like it was really popular for like a week. Every single Protoss player was doing this in every single PvZ for like a week. And then Zergs were like, okay, here's some responses to it. And Protoss were like, oh my god, we can't use it too much. We can't use it too much, guys. We gotta like siphon it out so that they don't just have a really good response to it and hold it every game. They were scared of losing it. I feel like Protoss players are scared of losing this like really fun, solid Void Ray build. So they're scared to use it all the time. Neeb though, Neeb ain't no puck bitch. He ain't scared. Neeb doesn't afraid of anything. Except maybe Swarm Hosts, but that's why you build the Void Rays, dude. They crush Swarm Hosts. We'll get to see another response here from Reynor. See how it differs from the other two. I don't think we're going to see Mutas again. I don't think we're going to see Queens Roach Ravagers walk across the map again. It's possible, but it's a little tough on this map too. It's not a very straight path to get to like this third base. And if you are trying to get to this third base, you have a choke to contend with. Lots of shield batteries here can make things complicated. You can break rocks down, but it's still not quite as straightforward again as Submarine. Keep an eye on what Reynor's going for, though. He doesn't have a lair yet. There's a lot of queens coming out. A lot of queens coming out. It's just not surprising either way. Oh, Void Ray gets the cheeky creep tumor kill. Ling's looking for some counter damage. We should have the Oracle around somewhere, right? Where's the Oracle? Oh, the Oracle's diving in to get some drone kills, which means actually not here for the defense, but this isn't very many Lings, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Second Stargate is up. Double Void Ray production on the way. We do have the lair here for Reynor. All things as they should be. Once again, the Roach Warren, though, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Reynor's plan is to go for a big Roach all-in again. He has +1 missile attacks coming this time, though, and I don't think he had that game one. What's the queen count at? 7 queens to 4 voids. Pretty good queen count. Roach speed on the way. Still just making drones. Reynor, I was going to ask if he was going to take a 4th base, but it looks like the answer is yes. Well, Queen's here to fight against Void Rays. They might need some friends, but it looks like they're okay. They do have some transfuses available. And he backs up. He's got a Robo Bay on the way. Ooh, okay, he's changing it up. So usually, the follow-up here from Void Rays is to go into Charge and Storm. But Neeb's playing a different game. Neeb is playing Colossi. He's getting +1 ship weapons already. Oh, is he going to just keep making Voids? He's got 2 more on the way. He's going to go up to 8, which is a very high count. Another Spire for Reynor, though. I'm very interested in how this is going to develop. It's not even a Colossus. It's actually Disruptors coming out right now for Neeb. This is intriguing. I feel like we're playing... I don't know who's metagaming who, but I feel like they're both trying to metagame something their opponent isn't doing. We have 12 more mutas on the way. 12 more. We have 12 mutas on the way, which is going to be really difficult for Neeb to fight against. He does not have a ton of anti-air. He's got these voids, which will win the against the mutas, but the queens definitely complicate things. That being said, Disruptor is going to be very good against queens. Now, one Disruptor Nova does not kill a queen, but it does a lot of damage. It can force transfuses, and it can be very cost efficient. Luke Phoenix going to try to hit across the map. Muta's going to try to hit in the main base, and they're not going to combine with the main force. Reynor's actually pulling back with his main army right now. He's like, yeah, no, come on to creep. Definitely. Ooh, beautiful Disruptor Nova to start things off. But Neeb maybe a little preoccupied with this Muta attack in his main base. Does send off another nice Disruptor Nova. A lot of probes going down, but the Mutas need to get a lot of probe damage because it's a big investment. It's a big investment for Reynor to go into these Mutas, and they need to get a lot of damage done very quickly because they're not going to last very long in this game. We've already got 2 Phoenixes about to pop, 2 more on the way behind that, and the Muta count is down to 8. I don't think we're going to see any more being made unless this game goes very long. The Mutas just, they can't hang once the Phoenixes come out. Trying to rotate around down here. This is very dangerous, though. Neeb in a really good position to try to get these Mutas. Oh! Reynor with the jukes, but Reynor's also got this big Roach Force down here, which is drawing all of the Void Ray fire. Where are the Phoenixes? All right, there's the Phoenixes. 4 Phoenixes going to go try to take out these Mutas. If the Mutas focus his base down, they can definitely get it. Ling's going to come over as well, so this 4th for Neeb going down. In the meantime, Reynor taking a 5th, Reynor taking a 6th. Moving his queens up the center as well, maybe try to catch a few units here. Cannon's dealing with this little Ling flank. Reynor's army isn't very good. Oof. Disruptor just died. I think that was to Roaches, but Disruptor Nova's connecting really well against Reynor's army. Reynor's army is not good. Neeb's army is much better. Okay, Neeb, that's not the way. Looks like the Phoenixes took out the rest of the Mutas and are now fine with just running in and dying. We're gonna grab a couple of drones, but that would have been much better with the like 6 that were there before they started just dying. Neeb gonna retake his 4th base. And you know, I talked about Reynor's 5th and 6th, but they're very late. So they're not droned up yet. He's got 83 workers though. So I think he's doing okay economically. Ling's heading down here once again. This Air Force from Neeb is pretty solid. We have got 9 Void Rays here, all with +1. He's got double carrier production right now. The 3rd Stargate available. And he's still making Disruptors. I really love the Disruptors because Hydras are terrible at splitting against Disruptors. Void Ray is going to take out this base. This was the bait base. This is the fake 5th base. Broodlings. Broodlings are funny. They're cute. Neeb really amassing that big army. Now we've got double Spire going down. Reynor's going to triple Spire. Oh my god. He's also got his Lurker Den, so he can start making some of them Lurkers. Viper's here as well, gonna Parasitic Bomb. Neeb not microing at all. Does he need it? Yes, he does need a little bit of it. Okay. All right, he pulls back. That, honestly, that fight went very well for Neeb, considering it feels like he did very little. But he's got a lot of stuff, and the disruptors hit pretty solidly. The Queen's coming up to fight now. Disruptor Nova kind of whiffing. No more interceptors left. Just this one carrier has interceptors at this point. So Neeb's got to fall back. He doesn't have any shield batteries here. He needs to go hit this shield battery up, dude. Oh, carrier. No, carrier. No, dude. Oh, my God. He pulls it back. What would be really nice for Neeb right now are some zealots hitting up at this base. Or over at this base. DTs, maybe? Something? I don't know. Now we've got a lot of Corruptors out. These Corruptors, terrible against the Void Rays, great against the carriers. Nice yoink there on that Disruptor. Nice yoink on the carrier. Ooh, okay, we'll get it. Took a little bit, though. Beautiful Parasitic Bomb on the Void Rays. Void Rays are not great with Parasitic Bombs on them. And it looks like the Corruptors might be able to clean the rest of this up. Neeb losing a lot of his army right now. The cannon's not up in time to really help this. No shield batteries here either, which I think is a big mistake. Corruptors finishing these carriers off, taking a lot of damage doing so, but went very nicely. Hydra's stutter stepping in as well, trying to take this mama ship out. Again, a lot of carriers taking, or Corruptors taking damage here, but I think it's fine. Reynor's on 93 drones. Look at the supply, 187 to 110. More carriers and Void Rays trying to come out, more Stargates going up, but I think it might just be a little too late for Neeb as Hydras now are popping out. Disruptors not getting the connections they need. The Interceptor's all gone. Carriers just take so long to build. They're trying, man. They're trying to come across, but I think it's too late. Reynor's got too much. GG gets called. And Reynor is going to go up 2-1 with that victory there on Oxide. Harming people goes against my base programming, but I'm totally not a robot. Meep boop. I am not a robot. Meep boop. I don't know what is going on in chat right now. And that's probably for the best, honestly. All right, game number 4. It's going to be Reynor looking very, very strong. I mean, Neeb was able to win in what ended up being kind of a weird game. I love this Muta response, though. I really wasn't expecting another Muta response game from Reynor. But I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you might say. Man, I don't want McDonald's. God, that's weird, isn't it? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't know. Take that back. I don't like that. Thinking about that song makes me want McDonald's. That's kind of gross, isn't it? I do like nuggies, though. All right, we're going to Jagannatha for game number 4. Reynor on match point here. One game away from taking the victory. we'll have to try again in the next cup. I don't think Reynor usually plays in NA though. It goes very late for Europeans, the North American Cup. Let's hop on in here. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Jagannatha, representing QLASH. It is Reynor. And his opponent in the upper right for TING. And for the United States of America, our Red Protoss player, he is Neeb. Neeb going for the cheeky little block. It was a very exciting start to the game. I feel like as much as I do love macro games, I feel like I like when there's some cheeky cheese mixed in too, you know? If it's a best of 5, I don't need 5 games in a row of macro. I could use a cheeky proxy something or just an early pool to get things going. We did have an early pool actually, game 1, so there you go. And so far from Neeb, 3 games in a row. We've seen the Void Ray double Stargate build. Again, I think part of it might just be not wanting to reveal any other play styles for Katowice. It does feel like Reynor is showing us something here though with this Muta play. I hope he's not revealing his anti-Void Ray strategies. Maybe this is an older one that I missed. But again, Stargate, maybe we'll get to see a different response from Reynor this time. I do kind of like, one thing I really like about the Mutas is it allows you to go into Corruptors a little more easily. And Corruptors, while not initially a good response, they're not good against Voids. Once the carriers start coming out, I think mixing in some Corruptors is really good. We got to see exactly why from Reynor last game. I feel like Neeb wasn't expecting the Corruptors to pop out. Void Ray Oracle, third base. Neeb's very predictable at this point. And they're gonna go check it out. Spots that Void Ray, spots the third base, and he's like, yep, you're doing the same thing. This is why we started seeing players mix in things like this exact opening, but with a Twilight Council behind it so you can get into glaives very quickly and send some adepts across the map to be cheeky. Like Dark Shrine behind this, Robo play. We've seen some other variations on this opening than just going the double Stargate Void Ray, but it's all built on that premise of the double Stargate Void Ray being so strong. Oracle getting a couple kills. Gotta be careful though. Keeping that Oracle alive is really important. I talked about it briefly in game 1, but Oracles are very good at killing Lings, which is something that Void Rays really suck at. So a big swell of Lings, like killing a third base, is a bit of a danger. It's not usually the biggest thing in the world, but like Void Rays just kill them so slowly that they can kill a third base underneath a couple of voids. But the Oracle really helps buy a lot of time, kills Lynx very quickly. And so it's important to have that guy around. We're not seeing any of that be impactful in this series, though. Just an important thing to keep in mind. Nice stasis trap there. Catches one drone. We've got the lair morphing. Good to see what Reynor's plans are. He doesn't have a Roach Warren. So he's going back into mutas. All these gases being taking the forward 4th base. Oh, dropping the Hydra Den. Okay, so I expected this to just be straight to mutas, but looks like he wants all that gas for the Hydra boys. He wants to get enough Hydras so that that whole cut off 1 head, 2 will take its place thing comes true. The Void Rays finally in this game are getting some damage done. It feels like in the other games so far, the Void Rays move out and just kind of take damage and run away. But getting a couple of Overlords, being a little bit annoying here. Big, heavy gateway play behind this. Neeb once again going for that charge and +1. Not going for disruptors this game. Getting into the Temple Archives. But we're seeing kind of the usual response from Reynor. He's going for Hydras. He's got a Bane Nest on the way, so he's just going to go for a big Ling Bane Hydra swell. My lights just flickered, so I was really worried that I just lost connection there, but it looks like we're good somehow. Neeb trying to take a 4th base now. It looks like that's where Reynor is going to push. I'm really surprised he's not taking this one, to be honest with you. I think I actually prefer taking this one in this situation, because right now Reynor is very close to Neeb's 4th base. And that's better for Reynor, who's going to be pushing. Where the hell is Neeb going right now? Oh my god, he's going to get caught out in the middle of the map right here. Some chargelets come up from the other side. A couple of nice force fields, and maybe it's Reynor getting caught mid-map. Queen's coming out to help. We do have Banelings being morphed. I heard the noise. Archon drop in the main with a handful of... Not a handful, that's a lot of Zealots being warped in as well. A few Queens and Lynx is not going to be enough to defend this. More Queens coming up to try to join up with this. Reynor looks to be defending on the low ground very well. Actually, a lot of Void Rays getting killed there. Ooh, force fields. There's a beautiful force field. He's got another one available too. That Prism. Oh, Prism's over here now. Oh my god, he's just continuing to force field. He can do this for basically ever. He's got another one available already. There it is, dude. Reynor's in a lot of trouble. Neeb, in the meantime, continuing to reinforce down here. He can send some units back up there. Drone's starting to go down. Reynor's still not able to break into his own main. The reign of Neeb in the main of Reynor. And Neeb at the same time hitting this 3rd base. The units can fight down here, or I guess the 4th base, but Reynor's going to lose his 4th base. And then take, I guess, a decent fight. He will finally break into his main and clean it up. 21 drones went down and a 4th base. Neeb's continuing to push down here. He does have to be a little careful because there's a ton of stuff for Reynor. I feel like Reynor is going to be able to clean all this up. I don't know if I like that last warp in for Neeb. Just trying to fight against this pretty well. The thing is Neeb doesn't have much of a follow-up. Back at home, he's going to warp in some High Templar. He's starting up Storm. But does he have enough to hold a counterattack from Reynor? It feels like the answer might not be yes. But Reynor, he's taking his time moving across the map. He's going into a lurker den. Oh, I don't know what was canceled over here, but spawning pool being remade, lurker den coming up. Fortunately for Reynor, he did keep this lair alive. Actually, if Neeb had been able to snipe this lair, and he absolutely could have if he had gone for it, That would have been really, really strong, I think. It's a little hard to say. I think Neeb's still in a very good spot, especially now that he's survived that counterattack period. He's got Storm available. He's got 3 High Templar with this. Reynor has nothing to deal with Storm. He's got no way to deal with that right now. Beautiful Storm on the bottom side there. Could see another one. There it is. That's a nice one. One on the top side as well. A couple more High Templars show up. There's no Prism with this, so it looks like the Hydras will eventually clean this up. These High Templars, they have one more Storm available. Down, it kills one Hydra. But the big story now are the Zealots running into this base, getting on top of the hatchery. Looks like a few of them just going to focus it down, killing Hydras as they pop. Another massive Zealot warp in. And, oh, Reynor's in a lot of trouble here. I think Neeb's got this game, guys. Oh, Lurkers, though. Okay. Neeb just warped in like 1,000,000 Zealots. And Reynor's like, Lurkers, though. True. 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 But we got double Stargate going down behind this and a fleet bacon. Neeb's trying to take a 5th base. Ugh, beautiful stasis trap. Reynor doesn't spot this 5th base, so the Lings, which could have gotten on top of it for sure, end up just trying to rotate around. They're all going to get caught in the stasis trap. Neeb's cleared up a ton of the creep around here, and Reynor's turtling right now. He's in full turtle mode, but that doesn't really help Reynor. That helps Neeb. It helps Neeb that Reynor is turtling, because Neeb wants to get into a bunch of carriers. He's going to have triple carrier production right now. He's got +1 ship weapons on the way. The Lings are all going down. Neeb's up an army supply, and while a lot of that is Zealots, which is not going to be great here against these Lurkers. All right, this is maybe Reynor's one chance. The carriers, one supply block can't come out. The other 2 just started. It's going to be a very long time before those carriers are out. That being said, there's almost nothing to shoot up and kill them. There are 8 Hydras, 7 Hydras. There are 6 Hydras. There's 5 Hydras. Yeah, it's not pretty, guys. There's not enough Hydras to deal with those carriers. Okay, do not run into Lurkers with Zealots, though. Oh, but look at this. Lings not doing all that much. At the same time, Zealots over on this base. Zealots getting cleaned up in the main, but taking out economy that Reynor just can't afford to lose. Meanwhile, Neeb starting to probe up his 5th base, kind of, sort of. His attack seems to be going okay, if not great. Bane Nest is going to be taken out here. Oh, Bane's trying to run in. Those are the last Banes for a while. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, he doesn't have +2 melee. So, there you go. Reynor's moving across the map, but there's going to be 3 carriers here. There's just not enough Hydras to deal with 3 carriers. I'm pretty sure that Neeb just straight up wins this fight against the Hydras. Yeah, Zealot's charging on top of a couple Hydras as well, and now the Lurkers are left alone. GG gets called. Neeb taking us to game number 5. Off the back of a lot of charge lots and force fields in the main, baby. Beautiful stuff. Damn, that sun is so bright. It's not even on me anymore, but like, it's so bright over there. You get to see the real lighting later, the nighttime lighting. And then one day I'll actually fully close this up. As much as I love having a view out of the window of my studio, I need it to not be bright. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to Pillars of Gold for game number 5, our 5th and final game of the EU Cup. Again, I will be casting NA. Just going to take a break in between, as you do. All right, we're loading in now. Our final ZVP. I feel like ZVP is going to be the name of the game. For the foreseeable future. Let's do it, baby. Hop into our 5th and final game. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner, representing QLASH. He is Reynor. And his opponent in the upper right for TING is Neeb. Very solid series so far from Neeb. I mean, Reynor, I think a lot of people going into this would have expected Reynor to take this pretty easily. Neeb has not had the most impressive of I guess the last 12 months or so. It feels like Neeb is, he's playing well, but he's not playing fantastically. He's not playing at his best level. Reynor, though, is absolutely, he has this year, in the last 12 months, been playing at his best level. Reynor once again forced to take his third base as his second. But it's really cool to see. Oh, that's a forge, guys. I think Neeb might be planning on cannon rushing this third base. I think Neeb's he's gonna put down some cannons, guys. This is very exciting. This is very North America of Neeb. Put down some cannons. Is Reynor going to cancel this base? No, lets it finish. Neeb drops down a second cannon. Or, yeah, Reynor comes over and Neeb goes, oh, I ain't joking. I ain't joking, bitch. Yeah. I don't know, man. This will be a little tough. Neeb back at home. Got a Cybercore on the way. Zealot being chrono boosted out. He could drop a cannon back here. Got a Nexus coming up. His base is under assault. And not the good kind of assault either. This is a bad kind of assault. I'd certainly be salty if I was Reynor. This is a really nice little response. Zealot's out. Cannon's already halfway done. Lings are not going to get anything done on this side of the map. They're just not. Yeah, I think Reynor realizes it. Now he's going to lose his base. Little micro battles over here. Trying to take out this pylon. It looks like he should be able to get the pylon. Ooh, can he do it? No. I don't think the queen can hit this pylon without the cannon hitting the queen. That's actually insane. So this sucks for Reynor. He does keep the queen alive, though. It's really nice. Overlord in the main is going to be able to spot everything. And not that there's anything to spot in the main, but, you know. The Overlord in the main spots the plane in Spain. I don't know, guys. I'm trying, but it's not working. Spine Crawler here to try to finish off this pylon. I love that he used the larva that was down here and didn't just let it die. Neeb Stargate is scouted, but the Stargate's not too shocking of a follow-up. Ooh, Adept out on the map, getting caught by these Lings, which do have speed. And down it will go. Rest in pepperonis. Looks like finally this pylon will get taken out, but this was very expensive for Reynor. Even after all of his dies, these may be kind of even, but losing the base is way more than what shows up on here. Forcing a spine crawler, I mean, that's a dead drone, right? And this spine crawler is going to be moderately helpful maybe in this game, but probably not even moderately helpful. We'll see how impactful that spine crawler is in this game. Got the lair on the way for Reynor as he retakes his third base. This is, I mean, not early time-wise lair, but early in terms of economy. Neeb taking a third. Rotorn and Evo Chamber going down. I feel like Reynor's going to go for a big counterattack. Is it going to be some sort of Nidus, or is he going to just try to walk the queens across the map again, similar to game 1? It is hard to say. We've got more gateways coming up here. There's the Twilight Council for Neeb. Neeb spots the third base, but he doesn't know about the lair just yet. And I don't think he knows, about the Roachhorn and Evo Chamber. Oracle gets shoved away. Lings get shoved away. It's just single Stargate for Neeb as well, so he might end up being a little more prepared for ground stuff. Reynor going for the Infestation Pit, though. Ooh. So that has to be Swarm Host, right? Unless he's trying to get Quick Hive to go Ultras. Nah, that's definitely it. It's Quick Hive for Ultras, guys. That's the new build. Mark my words. We're going to see a sub 8-minute Hive with Ultras at Katowice. Okay? I'm putting my money on it. Now, but we got Neeb going for +1 and charge. Reynor with 7 Swarm Hosts on the way. 7 Shawarma Hosts. Void Rays killing a couple Creep Tumors, stopping this creep spread as much as they can. Well, Queens are there to keep replenishing it. And it feels like Neeb might not be fully ready for the idea of Swarm Hosts. No Nidus with this, so Swarm Host just going to be walking across the map, sending probably the first wave of Locusts into the main, if I had to guess. Oh, Void Rays are here. They spot this coming, but the Queens going to defend their Swarm Host friends from the big bully Void Rays. Neeb does have some more army around, though, and ideally you want to try to engage into this and force the Locust to pop against your army. That's the ideal way to do it. I'm actually a little surprised Neeb isn't going for that. Well, that means the Locusts are going to go ahead and try to hit this third base. Ooh, he wants them to land on the Stasis Trap. Yeah, that's a nice Stasis. Most of the Locusts not really doing anything. That's a really, really good start for Neeb. A fantastic start for Neeb. Neeb's going to push out and try to take a fight with this army. A lot of Ravagers here. Bile's not really going down just yet, though. He's going to take out the force fields, but Neeb killing a lot of the Queens there. However, Reynor getting ready for the next wave of Locusts to hit into the main. There's no defenses here, so this is going to be some dead stuff in the main base. He could go straight for the Nexus. Ooh, at the same time, Neeb, though, speaking of straight for the main base, takes out that lair, recalls some of those Zealots back home. They both lose their main town hall structures. That's actually more impactful for Reynor, though, losing the lair. And that's going to make it a little bit tough for him to make any other tech. He's rebuilding it immediately. Oh my god, he's losing all of his Swarm Hosts. The Void Rays taking them all out. Only 3 left alive. Not going to be very helpful in the rest of this game. Nope. Prism going to go down here. Ooh, just over that pillar. Look at that. Pillar of gold. More like pillar of prisms. And those queens not being with this army means the Void Rays are like, hey, what's up, dude? Storm hosts come over and are like, don't worry, we can help. Neeb taking a 4th base behind this. Reynor actually just not replacing this hatchery. There he goes. Got a creep tumor here, so the larva will live for now. And Reynor's going to go for a big counter push. He's got a ton of Roach Ravager. 136 army supply here. A massive army for our Zerg player. Is there enough for Neeb to hold on? Those force fields are beautiful. He kills a bunch of the army off. Super Shield Battery turns on and will keep these Archons topped up. Oh my god, the Biles are actually destroying this army, but I was going to say they're not killing much. They do kill that Archon. Super Shield Battery wears off, so the Archon's going to not be able to regain too many shields at this point. Again, the Biles seem to just be constantly hitting, and where the Void Rays, they need to be hanging out with this army. Reynor is very, very all in here. He's on 69 drones back at home. As I say that, he makes a couple more. Does have his lair back up. Roach is defending this Zealot counterattack very, very nicely. Neeb going to try to get into the main base, but he's got to focus on his defense back at home. Again, these Biles are just hitting so well. Neeb barely dodging. It's so difficult to dodge with this clunky Protoss army he has. But it's a very strong Protoss army. Main base forced to cancel. Prism going to go ahead and drop these Zealots down into the 3rd or 4th. This is the 4th. There are some roaches here, but this is all so annoying for Reynor to deal with. Reynor just has to keep pushing. Oh my god, the force fields again chipping off a lot of these Ravagers. Reynor trying to hold the top of this ramp. The Biles are going so well for him, but that is the only thing in his favor. This army of Neeb is just so strong. Super Shield Battery and regular Shield Batteries trying to top the rest of the shields off here. Neeb lost the 4th base, but all he needs to do is kill this army, man. Again, the Biles hitting very nicely. But these Immortals on the back line just absolutely slamming into the Roaches. 6 Immortals. Just doing 1,000,000 damage. Reynor on 73 drones, though. Can keep this up for a while. Oh, this is really nice from Reynor, though, drawing the entire army to the right side. Well, he moves in on the left. He's kind of just chipping away at gateways. He's going to kill 2 of them. I don't know if that's a great fight. At the same time, Neeb left 4 Immortals over here to deal with the Roaches. Oh my god, when you have so many Immortals, you're just splitting off groups of them. Super Shield Battery to keep these guys topped up, and, well, Neeb continues to defend, keeps his 4th base alive. He can start to put some defenses down at it now. Neeb holding very strong with his ground army. Hey, how's that Spine Crawler doing from earlier? Yeah, totally worthwhile. Ooh, Neeb's army getting jumped on, though. Biles on top of these Immortals. 2 of them live, though. Oh my god, how do you let 2 of them live like that? Just dealing so much damage from the back lines. And Neeb's, every time I feel like this fight happens, Neeb closes that army supply gap a bit. And sure, we got 12 more Roaches and a few more Ravagers on the way, but it feels like Neeb, I don't know, is he inching forward? Oh, more big force fields going down. The Biles on them pretty much immediately, but there's still a bit of time in between when those Biles land and when the units get cleaned up. Zealot's hitting in a counterattack. There's a new Spine Crawler in town, and his name is actually helpful. Oh my god, Reynor pulling everything back. I think that's a big mistake. Now it gives Neeb some breathing room. What does Neeb do with that breathing room? Robo Bay and a second Robo. He's going to stay on ground-based composition here. Creep spread on the high ground needs to be cleared up. Nice tag, clean one of those up, but Ooh, this is not a good fight for Neeb. He's a little bit caught with his pants down here. The sentry's caught out. One of the immortals gets caught out. Neeb's got a lot of army supply, though. Vials, man. The Vials have been so good this game. I swear to God, that has kept Reynor in the game. That's a lot of charge lots, though. Cleaning off a lot of those. Oh, I have no idea what was just right there. Massive amount of Vials on top of that. Robo doesn't quite take it down, though. Charging forward. It's dangerous to go up the hill like this. He's just eating Vials. Neeb. Oh my God. But he is cleaning up a lot of this Roach Ravager. At the same time, Roach is hitting on this side, but a shield battery and a cannon holding strong for now. Neeb continuing to walk forward into Vials, but cleaning up a lot of Ravagers because of it. Oracle and Zealots trying to deal with these guys. Eventually will. Another Warpin, maybe. And now we've got Disruptors out, and Ravagers just don't fight that well against Disruptors. Oof. More beautiful force fields, more beautiful Vials. Feels like every time there's a good set of force fields, the Vials are just even better. And Neeb suddenly very much on the back foot here. Down 100 to 50 army supply. Disruptor needs to get a solid Nova. Not going to get it, though. And these two Roaches have got so many kills in the main base. Neeb never cleaned them up. Another Disruptor pops, but it's going to die immediately. No Nova going off. The Immortal count is dwindling. One more Nova. Nice split from Reynor. The Nova does get 3 kills, though, all Ravagers. Reynor maybe overstepping a little bit here, diving into where the shield batteries are and where the Disruptors are. But it feels like there's just not enough for Reynor. Does he have a super shield battery? No, he does not. No overcharge available. The Oracle pops over to try to help. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Disruptor gets 1 kill. That fucking Immortal there for a million years doing so much damage. And Disruptors just can't fight this all on their own. Reynor, he pulls back, try to regroup, but look at the army slide, 24 to 109. And we've got double Disruptor on the way, but where are the supporting units? Honestly, even another Void Ray at this point would be pretty nice. Oh my God, oh my God, dude. There's so many Roach Ravager. These better be the best Disruptor Novas of all time. Oh, there's Vipers for the yoinks. Oh my God. Okay, that was a disgusting Nova, but GG gets called. Reynor just has too much. And he is going to take the 3-2 victory there in the grand finals over Neeb. An extremely hard-fought match. And that final game, it felt like Neeb had it. It was so close. Reynor pulling it back one set of Vials at a time. And that is going to be GG for ESL Open Cup EU.